Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. Trump goes rogue and ditches everyone to make important secret stop. President Donald Trump continues facing scrutiny from his critics no matter what he does. Trump was busy doing his presidential duties when he decided out of the blue that he was going rogue and ditching everyone to make an important stop somewhere else. His tasks are usually on the calendar and his schedule is most likely planned out well in advance, but this time he went off the grid to make his secret stop and it was well worth it. In fact, it wasn't the first time he made the secret unscheduled visit either. President Trump ditched his job for a brief moment so that he could visit his wife Melania in the hospital as she recovered from the surgical procedure she had on her kidney. Trump had left the White House to visit the First Lady and it wasn't on his official list of duties, but he didn't care. He wanted to visit his wife to check on her and remind her that she'll always be his only First Lady. Trump's critics might use this information to chastise him and say he was using taxpayer money or taxpayer time to visit his wife in the hospital. At the end of the day, it's more important that he sets an example and shows everyone the kind of person he is as he does what's right and visits his loved one who needs support as she recovers. Visiting his ailing wife in the hospital is nothing less than respectable and what every good husband should do. His critics may disagree, but he did the right thing by making a few unscheduled and surprise visits to help her during her recovery. The Daily Caller reported more on the secret visit. President Trump made an unscheduled visit to check on First Lady Melania Trump in the hospital Tuesday afternoon. Trump's visit was not on the official White House schedule, but he made time for his wife as she recovers from a minor surgery on her kidney. The White House pool reports that he left the White House just after 4 p.m. Melania was hospitalized at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center for a surgery to treat a benign kidney condition on Monday. President Trump's actions toward his wife should remind Americans that family comes first, even if you're the president of the country. Of course, he should visit her, even if he is to put off a few presidential tasks to get it done. Just because he's president of the United States, that doesn't mean Donald is a robot and doesn't mean he shouldn't be allocated the time to visit and take care of his family. If anything, he needs to take care of her first, and everyone else second. His visit with Melania, who seems to be recovering well, reminds people of the old saying happy wife, happy life, and taking time out of a busy POTUS schedule to visit her a few times must mean the world to her. It also sets an example for others that sometimes people need to put their job on the side and make sure their family is taken care of. Sometimes we work too hard and forget that we have familial duties. He might be the President of the United States, but he's also a father and husband and he has the family duty just like millions of fellow Americans have. Unfortunately, there will be critics who spin this into a story about a man who ditched his country or how he should be impeached for visiting his wife while he was probably supposed to be doing something else. Trump's critics are always coming up with something negative instead of focusing on the positive aspects of his tenure in the White House. Nevertheless, Trump persisted in the face of his opposition and showed people what it's like to do the right thing. What is your opinion of President Trump after learning that he did what every loved one should do when someone is in the hospital? Are you happy that he took time out of his day to do the right thing and visit Melania? Write your opinion below and then share this story with someone who supports Donald and Melania Trump as the President and First Lady. Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. Obama's head advisor could face prison for collusion with top American enemy. Since the beginning of Trump's administration, Democrats have whined about collusion. They push a made-up story that Donald Trump's campaign colluded with Russia to steal the election. Many on the left this is enough to impeach the man. Despite a lack of evidence, they continued to promote this false narrative. News outlets from CNN to the New York Times push stories suggesting Trump worked with Russia. They scream he's a traitor who conspired with a foreign power. I guess they really care about protecting America's interests, huh? But what do they say about an Obama official who was working with the enemy? It's been all over the news. This man was outed as colluding with our most dangerous enemy. Even the president called him out. So, where is the liberal outrage? From Fox News. Democrats routinely express outrage over claims of collusion with a foreign power to undermine our democracy. So where is the outrage over revelations that former Secretary of State John Kerry held not one but two secret meetings with Iran's foreign minister to strategize over how to undermine President Trump's plans to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal? Kerry's meetings with Iran's leaders were not isolated incidents, but part of a formal lobbying campaign that included phone calls with European Union leaders and meetings with the presidents of Germany and France, in which, the Globe reports, he discussed the details of sanctions and regional nuclear threats in both French and English. On Twitter, Trump suggested that Kerry might have violated the Logan Act, which says, any citizen of the United States, who, without authority of the United States, directly or indirectly commences or carries on any correspondence or intercourse with any foreign government, with intent to influence the measures or conduct of any foreign government, in relation to any disputes or controversies with the United States, or to defeat the measures of the United States, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years, or both. We know the answer. The left doesn't care that John Kerry went behind the country's back to help Iran. A country that sponsors terrorists, that seeks nukes to blow up Israel. John Kerry, former Secretary of State, was helping. Iran is a clear enemy of our country. Their leaders regularly promise to kill us. They want nuclear weapons to attack us and our allies. Donald Trump ended the Iran nuclear deal because of that problem. Yet John Kerry had no problem aiding them. Kerry conspired to undermine the President of the United States. Let that sink in. Most experts knew Trump was going to end the deal. He talked about it often during the campaign. Kerry knowingly went against U.S. intentions by helping Iran, an enemy nation, to boot. This is a clear attempt at betraying your country. Some might call it treason. Even President Trump called him out on it. Yet the Democrats don't seem to care. For them, laws only matter when they're convenient. If they get in the way, so what? As long as they get what they wanted. Perhaps that's why they keep losing. Maybe Kerry better grovel at Trump's feet, before the DOJ comes a-knocking. Source, Fox News. Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. Republican Congress defeats Democrats in 8-year battle, wins Trump a top victory. For many Republicans who were on the fence during the 2016 elections, the choice to vote for Trump became clear when Justice Antonin Scalia suddenly passed away. The thought of Scalia's vacancy on the Supreme Court being filled by a Democrat was too much for even some of the toughest never-Trump Republicans to bear. Thankfully, Trump won and immediately nominated conservative Neil Gorsuch to replace Scalia. But Senate Democrats, in typical obstructionist fashion, fought Gorsuch's nomination, just as they've been fighting all of Trump's appointments. It's been an uphill battle for the Donald, who is doing his best to get his conservative nominees confirmed. The Democrats are clearly hoping they'll regain control of the Senate in the midterms, and are stalling for time so that once they have the power, they can stop as much of Trump's agenda as they can. However, when it comes to the Court of Appeals, the left is failing to stop the red wave sweeping the judicial system. Trump has spent his first year rapidly filling judgeships at the appellate court levels, nearly doubling Obama's first-year appointments. And now, despite liberal roadblocks, the Senate has helped him confirm yet another. From Fox News. Milwaukee attorney Michael Brennan was confirmed to fill an opening on the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin had stalled Brennan's nomination. The seat has been open for more than 8 years, the longest for the nation's appellate courts. Until this year, it had been nearly 3 decades since the Senate confirmed a judge without 2 positive blue slips. Brennan's confirmation marks the second time it has happened this year. Wisconsin Senator Baldwin declined to submit a blue slip, or a blue-colored form, that would have signaled she approved Brennan's nomination. The blue slip system gives senators the chance to have some say over which judges will be appointed in their home states. Rarely does a judge get approved without a blue form being submitted by their senator, but Senator Chuck Grassley stated that, the blue slip courtesy is just that, a courtesy. The Democrats are crying foul over this action, even though the White House consulted both of Wisconsin senators before nominating Brennan. Even though Brennan is eminently qualified to serve on the Seventh Circuit Court, the left only care about maintaining power. But their constant attempts to stall Trump's nominations are no longer working, and the impact of Trump's judicial appointments will be felt across the country for generations to come. Source: Fox News.